In this tutorial, we are going to continue working with iMovie to render our final animation into a movie file and also look at rendering our final animation to upload onto YouTube. The first thing to do before rendering your final animation is to check that everything plays as you want. Do this by putting your cursor right at the start of the timeline and press spacebar. This is a good opportunity to do any final checks to make sure that everything is in the correct order and all your transitions and titles are in the correct place. Once you have checked that everything is how you want it, you can render out a movie file. To do this, go to Share at the top of the window and choose Export Movie. This will bring up the Export dialog box. Choose where you want to save your final film, give it a name, and then at the bottom in the settings area, choose the type of file or the resolution of file that you want to export. You will see that for each resolution, there's a chart showing which device that type of file will play back on. This animation was shot in 720p, meaning that the images were 1280 pixels wide by 720 pixels high. Because of this, I'm going to choose the HD 720p option. You can choose to render out at a smaller or larger resolution. When you've chosen, click Export. iMovie will now render your animation into a movie file. Go to the location that you saved your movie file and open it to play. It is important to check that the movie file plays correctly before sending it to anyone or showing it to anyone. It's very rare that it happens, but sometimes glitches can occur in the rendering process. Once you're happy with your movie file, you can send it or put it on another device or do anything with it that you want. Now we're going to look at uploading your video to YouTube. This is something which can be done within iMovie itself. To do this, go to Share and then YouTube. This will bring up the YouTube Export dialog box. You will need a YouTube account to utilize this function. At the top, beside Account, click Add. Then enter your YouTube channel name and click Done. Next, enter your password. Then choose a category for your animation to be listed under on YouTube. Next, give your animation a description. Then, give your animation some tags. Tags are very important because they will help people find your animation on YouTube when they search. I'm going to use Lego, racers, animation, mini, figures, and I'm also going to insert keywords which are associated with Lego animation, such as brick films. So I'll put brick films. Then I'm going to attach my own name. You will note that I have separated the keywords with a comma and a space. This is the formatting to use so that YouTube will be able to identify the tags. Underneath, you can choose the resolution at which to upload your animation to YouTube. Again, I'm going to leave this on the HD 720p setting. The very last option is for you to choose if you want the movie to be personal or public. If you want everyone to be able to find your animation, uncheck this box. Then click Next. Because this is going onto a public website, YouTube have their own terms of service. Read these, and if you agree, click Publish. iMovie will now do two things. First of all, it will render your movie, and then it will start uploading the movie to the YouTube site. This can take a while depending on the speed of your internet connection. When iMovie has finished uploading your file, it will tell you the link to the video file itself. It also gives you a few options. You can tell a friend by emailing the link to them, or you can go directly to the YouTube website and view the animation, or you can just click OK to get rid of this message. In the timeline window, you will see that there is an alert letting you know that your movie has been shared to YouTube. You can click on the YouTube logo and still choose these options. If you choose Visit, this will launch the Safari browser so you can watch your animation on the YouTube website. This is just one of the export options available within iMovie. Under the Share tab at the top, there are others where you can share to Facebook or Vimeo. You can also export directly to your iTunes library. When you have finished editing and rendering your animation in iMovie, you might want to save the iMovie project files. These are stored on your computer under the hard drive and in the Movies folder. In here you will find two folders, iMovie Events and iMovie Projects. iMovie Events contains all the rendered files and all the movies which you imported to the project. iMovie Projects will contain the actual iMovie project files. You can back these up onto a hard drive or a USB key to keep, or if you need to work on a different Apple computer, you can take these files and put them into the movie folder to continue working on your project.